Welcome back. All right, I feel the need to continue covering a subject that resonates with a lot of rural America. There's a lot of folks in rural America that watch this show. How about Jason Aldean's Try That in a Small Town? It continues to stir up America, right? That song does. While soaring to #1 on iTunes, though. Virtually every network is talking about this thing. Maybe it's not a one-off, though. We've recently had, say, get a load of this, Target, Ben & Jerry's, Disney, the movie Sound of Freedom, and Bud Light. Is this a moment or a bunch of isolated events? And I think Garth Brooks might even call it a non-event, because he's made it clear his new bar in Nashville on Broadway will serve Bud Light and every other brand to show it's a place of acceptance and unity. Aw, that's nice. He's a huge fan of diversity, and everyone is welcome at his bar. Now, he wants patrons to feel safe, and if they feel otherwise, there are plenty of other bars on Broadway that they can spend their money at. Yikes. Did Garth Brooks just Bud Light himself? And I'm going to ask two Italian guys about two country superstars. Please welcome to the show, Bye Chino, to the Jim Bob and Cow Guy segment, which we got a lot of great feedback from the last time we did it. Thanks for coming on in, Bob. All right, you're the new one to the show, Bob. What are your thoughts here? I'm afraid to ask, but what are your thoughts here?
Well, my buddy Jim Iorio there goes to a conference every year and he speaks in New Orleans, and he does a great job. But a lot of people might not know that the largest mass lynching in U.S. history was of 11 Italian men in New Orleans. So I think Jim is a massive racist against Italians because he speaks in New Orleans, where the site of the largest mass lynching in American history took place. Look, this is insane. It's ridiculous. It's the first country song I've downloaded by anyone not named Johnny Cash or Willie Nelson in my entire life. You might not be able to tell from the looks of me, but I'm kind of a hard rock guy. This particular issue, when they talk about where it was filmed being the only real evidence of this being some sort of racist, racially initiated song, is a complete joke denied by essentially the production company, everyone involved. It's a great place to shoot. They're able to close down the street because it's not near a highway. And the company said themselves they weren't even aware of it, and any indication of that is ridiculous. Use of the news footage and the fact that he says, what country song isn't about the difference between life in a small town and life in a big town? They're basically all about that. I like the song. I think the song is fine. I could point to a lot of other more racist and dangerous and violence inciting music. I won't say from where.
I got it. Jim, what do you think?
So I bit on the Murray Courthouse thing right away. And there was about a 10 to 15 minute span where I was like, wait a second, did he really intend to do this? And show the locale in front of where these apparently, wildly known lynchings were. And then I started doing my research. And again, I fell for it again. It's wrong. Nonsense. Many music videos have been shot there. There's reasons that music videos are shot there. You can block it off because it's not a public place anymore, something like that. Several different ones have been shot there too. Now, the thing you mentioned about Garth Brooks, I serve Bud Light in the bar that I own. I don't care. We have all kinds of people come to the bar that I own. The difference is we don't until this moment, and then let's pretend I didn't say this. We don't shout out that we're a place of diversity and inclusion. Everybody just knows that everybody's nice to each other. It has nothing to do with what you drink or what you don't. And the Bud Light thing, I stopped drinking Bud Light, but I didn't feel like I was part of a movement or anything. This is just an individual decision because I think what they did was crap. I think the person who was their representative was, an insult to women, characteristics that women have tried to been shed for 50 years. And all of a sudden, Bud Light was bringing those back. I thought it was stupid. But the Jason Aldean song thing, read the lyrics, saw the video. If anyone disagrees with it, are they pro-crime? I don't understand what their argument even is.
Right. I agree with you. I have a question, though, that you just kind of came to my mind about your Bud Light. Have you seen the sales of Bud Light at your restaurant go down?
Yeah, gone down quite a bit. Yeah, people were sick of that. That was an awful marketing campaign. And I love when people try to make it out like, what, are you anti-trans? I'm not anti-anything. I'm anti that was a dumb marketing campaign. The person was annoying. The person had taken away the spotlight from, actual biological women who've accomplished great things. I don't understand what they were trying to get at. We sell probably about half as much Bud Light as we did before.
Well, it's a consequence of, ignoring your main customer
Amen.
base. Yeah. Back to you, Bob. You know what? Hannah Montana filmed in front of that courthouse. Well, where's the pushback against Hannah Montana? I mean, I don't understand. Well, I mean, Bob, tell me about There was nothing said about that, but only when a country star does it is there an issue.
I mean, just touching on the Garth Brooks thing for a second. Okay. I don't care. Serves it. I don't care that he serves it in his bar either. I mean, if I walked in his bar, I wouldn't order it. It's no big deal to me. Actually, I never ordered it before, so certainly they're not targeting me with that kind of a marketing campaign. So why would I even try it now? It'd be different again if they, went to New Orleans and decried the mass lynching of Italians there. Then I might actually try it here. Now,
I'm not laughing at the mass lynching of the Italians. It's just that Jim goes and speaks at that spot.
In terms of the courthouse itself, I think it's complete innocence. There was one lynching 103 years ago. That's a famous lynching. There were probably lynchings along a lot of different areas in the South where videos have been filmed. And I'm not saying that the South overly lynched people. I'm saying it was 103 years ago. If a rapper plays a part of a song somewhere near where a 9-year-old was caught in an accidental drive-by shooting, not the shooting was accidental, but the 9-year-old getting killed was, nobody says a word. I think most people get upset with the double standards, not someone having an opinion on something and then acting as a consumer based on that. It's the double standard that gets people upset, the hypocrisy, and that's what got me upset about it.
So I'm gonna make Ashley famous right now. In our meeting this morning, she summed it up perfectly. And what she said was, it looks to me like the demand for outrage is outstripping the supply of outrage, which I think is absolutely apropos. What do you think? Either one of you.
There's no question about it. I think everybody's looking to be outraged at something, and people got to take a step back and say, what are we talking about here? And again, I want the vigilantism part of the whole thing too. Literally, it was a whole movement where they said they were going to defund the police, literally stop paying the people who protect us. And then they're going to all of a sudden point fingers at some people who think that their own protection and the protection of their town falls upon them. The whole thing is so hypocritical, it's maddening.
Yeah. What do you think, Bob? We're going to go. You're last.
Jim Iurio is racist against Italians.
Right. Well, clearly, as you said in one of your texts to the show earlier this morning, why is it that it's okay still to make fun of Italians, right? I guess it's okay if you are Italian.
I was just making fun of us.
Yeah, right. I guess it's okay. It's called self-deprecation. All right. Love having you guys on. Jim, Bob, and the Cow Guy segment. Always a success. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, Jim and Bob. I am the Cow Guy. All right. I've been asking for months when we're going to start restocking the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, right? You've heard me say it. Well,